Hey guys, GamblingCS here with another knife review. It's been a couple weeks since I've put up the last one, which is the unboxing of this knife, the Navy K-631 knife. So I thought I'd pull that up. I've been pretty busy lately getting summer plans going and getting ready for actually getting to my motorcycle license. I already bought a motorcycle. It's the 1982 Suzuki GS 1000G. Just doing some minor repairs on that and getting it. Well, it's already running, just doing cosmetic stuff and cleaning up the inside of the tank and whatnot, getting it ready because I'm going to drive it on down to my hometown. It kind of rhymed. Anyway, plans, so yeah, I apologize for being a little bit busy. So, anywho, knife review. I've had this for a good long time, and I think it's about time I did the review on it. So, here we go. This is the Navy 631 folding knife. It is an imitation of my Bird Caracara, the original with the saber grind, not the the saber grind, not the full flat grind, which is the Bird Caracara 2. It has for overall construction has G10 scale. Can't speak today. G10 scales with Torx bit construction. It is a lockback, so obviously it will not be flow through. So it's got this solid metal spacer back here. The pocket clip is the old one. It's kind of looks like the old Benchmade and Spyderco pocket clips. It's not the new ones that have kind of the flared out entry piece, I guess you would call it. I'm not sure. It is the 3 points though, so that's nice. Keeps it secure in case you lose one of them. It is tip up only. So, I mean, that's just my preference, and I have this set up for left-hand tip-up, but I can switch that over to right-hand tip-up, which I will once I get my Caracara back. The original idea for myself for getting this is I'll have one really good convex cutting knife, and then I'll have another backup for really tough stuff if I need to, well, not necessarily cut rope, but anything that would require serrations or would allow serrations to be a better fit. As you can tell, it is fully serrated, which is really nice. I mean, these serrations are so sharp. I've push cut with them so many times already. It's phenomenal. I'll get onto the blade with that. Anywho, pivot is adjustable with Torx bits, like I said before. Phosphorus bronze washers. It has steel liners, but they are not drilled out or tapped or anything, so it is a very heavy knife. It is about 4 ounces, I would believe. It's a little bit heavier than my Benchmade Model 42, which is 4.11 ounces, I believe, but don't quote me on that. A little rusty on the numbers here. So it is a heavy knife, a very well built knife, I think. It's standed to the test of time. I've already beat up on it quite a bit. If you don't know what this is my what a lot of people do for wave mods if they aren't going to, 1, modify it permanently, or 2, don't have the materials or the tools to do it properly. Normally what you do is the Emerson wave is you'll cut out a little bit right here along this edge, and then it'll leave this this wave right here, the kind of a hook, and it'll round that off so that when it catches in your pants pocket, it'll push open, get that out of the way, pull it open as you draw it from your pocket, and it'll pop straight out. This is a really good testing way if you're able to, like if you send them to Charlie Mike. He's another guy on this forum. He does a lot of stuff on blade forums and knife forums and a couple others. But he's got his own little workshop, and he'll do this for like $10-20. But if you don't know you want to try out a wave, this is a really easy way. Just get a zip tie. $5 for a box of 20 or something like that. I don't know. I normally just find mine off the street, so mine are free. I'm thrifty that way. Yeah, so this is just something that's really handy. It's very, very cool. You could also do reverse grip mods, reverse grip waves, which are the same thing. You just do it, and you make sure that the pocket is on the opposite side. So this is set up for left-hand tip-up. You would have it that way if you're going to put it in your right-hand pocket, or right-hand tip-up for your left-hand pocket. It's kind of reversed. So when you draw it, you hold it in the pinch grip right here, and you draw it out, and it pops it open, and you get your hand into the reverse grip. So that's just a little something if you didn't know. So construction, lanyard hole, 4 points for the screws, which is really nice. Obviously a pivot screw, and then 3 body screws, pivot screw. The lanyard I put on there myself, black and white, did the little spiral dealio. I thought it was pretty interesting. I ran out of green, so all I have left is black and white, so at least I need to get some more paracord. The grippiness on this G10 is really It's medium. It's about the same as Spyderco's, really. I mean, it's pretty nice. Fit and finish overall is really great. It's better than the Caracaras. The Boy Dents, thanks to Came It Ready or something of that name. I can't remember your name. I'm going to post it down in the comments or the description box. He told me what this dent was. I remember what it was. It was a Spyderco thing, but I couldn't remember the name of it. It's called the Boy Dent, B-O-Y-E, Dent. You know, it's just easier to push down on these lockbacks. Just give your hand a little bit more surface area to push down on it. It's not just focused on one spot. So like I said, fit and finish is really great on this. Lockup is phenomenal. No up and down blade play whatsoever. Aside from that, you know what? Let's just get straight onto the blade. So here we have some 440C. I know this is Chinese, and there have been some problems from Spyderco through Chinese manufacturers that were labeling it 440C, and it was instead actually HCR13 MOV, which is what they use on their Birdline and the Tenacious family. But I think they solved that out. This is actual 440C. It's holding up a hell of a lot better than any HCR13 MOV I've seen. They said it was heat treated from 56 to 58, which is pretty decent. I mean, it's the same heat treat they have for that lower end steel HCR13. But you know, 440C was the original super steel. When, you know, back in the day before ATS-34, VG10, 154CM, S30V, 150 or 440C was the thing to go to. That was the steel that you really wanted for superior knives. And they've been, you know, it's been around for so long. There's so many different variations for it. I mean, it's really like recipes for cooking. There's just so many different elements that you could throw in there. Well, not necessarily elements, but different things you could do to this steel that could bring it either from a mid-grade steel all the way to a high-end steel. It really just depends on what you do. Whether you know, temper it and anneal it 3 times and then do a sub-zero quench, or, you know, just do a single quench like what I would do as a blacksmith. It really just depends. But this 440C has held up phenomenally well. I really enjoy it. Like I said, the blade shape and whole design is really similar to the Bird Caracara. I wish I had that for comparison. It is chisel ground, so while it does have the saber grind for the primary bevel, it is a hollow grind. It is a flat ground chisel on the left-hand side of the knife, along with all the writing, which makes it a left-hander's knife. I'm saying this because when you have chisel grinds, that steep angle will get a lot more resistance than the other side, so it will naturally want to push down, kind of like an airplane wing, except airplane wings do it the opposite. They'll have the airstream coming through, and then the higher resistance here will pull it up towards the sky, so it's naturally kind of an upswept design, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so that's the design. If you want it right-handed, you'll have to look somewhere else or talk to a custom maker or do it yourself. I don't see very many right-handed chisel grinds, but I normally don't go towards chisel grinds because it kind of bugs me when they aren't full chisel grinds. And what I mean by that is the primary bevel is already hollow ground on both sides, as you can see. I would much prefer this to have one flat piece of steel and then this wedge, and then have the chisel grind versus this primary hollow grind being there. But that's just personal preference. It still cuts really well. In fact, here I've got some paper here. Let me just show you. Draw cuts really don't work too well, as you can see. I mean, it'll cut the paper, but it's push cuts with this stuff, you know. It's just, that was a bad one. You know what? Let's get rid of that piece. You know, push cuts. Look at that. That's all within this little serrated area. That scallop right there. Right there. You know, you can just do this all day long. Yeah, so it's really, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, it's great. I know my cutting wasn't very on par or very good at all, but that's just how it is. Aside from that, pocket clip carry, it's pretty stiff. It's about as stiff as you'll find from any Benchmade or Spyderco, so for me it's perfect. I really enjoy it. It'll hold on to your pocket if you're running, which I have done with this, so that works. The Spidey hole, I believe, is 12 millimeters, but don't quote me on that. I haven't measured it, but it seems a lot bigger than all the other ones, all the Delicas and the Tenacious and all them that I've held before. So I don't know, it just seems like something that would be on the police model or the paramilitary. But yeah, so great knife, phenomenal. You can't really find the Chinese knives very often because they don't export to America or the U.S. So you'll have to go to a couple sites that, well, the really main site is eBay, which I do not trust. You know what, let's get some light on that. Let's go to eBay. Let's just close the laptop and see. No, oh, of course, it'd be right on there. Yeah, so eBay, another place that you could really get some good deals for this knife right here is exduct.com. That's the place I found. It's got the 4 major knife companies: Ganzo, Navy, Sanrenmu, and Enlon. Those are the guys that are the 4 main Chinese producers that help out the American companies when they have Chinese-produced knives. Those are the guys you go to. It's got cheap prices there. It'll tell you if they have them in stock or not. I have not personally done business with them because I bought this one on eBay, but I'm about to pretty soon. Once I get some more money in. I just bought a new knife, which should be coming in pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about that one too. But yeah, so great knife, phenomenal buy. I highly suggest it. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I hope you have a nice day.